hammers have a small real body and a long lower shadow, like I said earlier. So hammers occur after a price. Hello, what's up everybody? This is your boy Francis. Welcome to the Trading Success Show. Wherever you are, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Let me run through the weekend watch list for you today. What I will be looking at come Monday, what I will be staging come Monday. There are some stocks that I will be buying. It is very critical that, for example, you have $500 to invest, on or in a particular stock. What are you gonna do? You don't want to just buy just the $500 that you have. You want to stage the trade. What I mean stage the trade, I mean you really want to, say $250. You want to, test the waters. You want to see if that stock will continue to hold its gain. Whatever form of chart patterns you're looking at, if the stock is actually basing, you want to get in half of your share size. If, for example, you want to buy, say, 400 shares, or let's put it, you want to buy 100 shares of a particular stock, you don't go in with the 100 shares. You want to start off with 50 shares and then you go from there. Don't forget, the commissions are free pretty much, so you don't have to worry about, what will happen to my commission, right? Trading right now, commission is free, so you don't have to worry about that, most especially in the United States. And also there are brokers that can let you trade at 3 a.m. Central Time instead of 6 a.m. pre-market. So what I'm trying to say is, don't be that kind of guy or woman or boy or girl or whatever you may call yourself, right? I respect that. What I'm trying to say is, do not jump into a trade just because everyone is calling this trade. You want to look for technical patterns. You want to look at the chart and see, is it a good place for me to buy, right? If by that time you're making that decision and the stock is just going up and up and up and up, don't worry about that trade. You've missed that trade. Look for the next opportunity, right? Now, let's get into the watch list for the weekend. Guys, the first stock that I have here is FUBU, okay? But before we do that, we need to run through the market just a little bit and see what the market is telling us, what are the potentials, and what we think will happen to the market. Okay, so now we'll deal with SPY. This is the S&P 500 ETF, right? So for the S&P 500 ETF, what is happening here is we actually close inside. Okay, when I mean inside, I mean the candle, the close price is within the previous bar. So the current bar is within the previous bar. Okay, so that is what I'm talking about in terms of inside day. This is an inside day. So right now we pretty much know where we're going, right? Because if you look at this chart, you will notice we have this trend right here. So my ultimate target for the market for SPY is 430. That is my target if we continue to hold this trend right here. Okay, though we're really extended away from the 20 exponential moving average. However, we got a lot of buying that came in on Friday to push this up. So this is more like the SPY ETF 500. This last candle we have here is a hammer. Okay, this is candlestick right now. That is what we have going on, with a small body and a long shadow. Now, some people will ask, what is a hammer? What does this signify? What is a hammer candlestick? If you look at this, is also what we call a hammer candlestick. That is what we have going on right now. Let's go again and look at it on Investopedia. A hammer is a price pattern in candlestick charting that occurs when a security trade significantly lower than its opening, right, but rallies within the period to close nearing the open price. Okay, so the key takeaway is hammers have a small real body and a long lower shadow, like I said earlier. So hammers occur after a price decline. So now let's go back in, and we're going to see that this body is a very small body. So for me, I'm expecting a continuation higher on the market towards this uptrend right here, this resistance right here on the top side on this channel. Okay, so pretty much that is it for the market. Okay, so now let's go to our first one. Our first one is FUBU. Okay, that is the first one. Now, what is happening to FUBU? FUBU, what we have going on here, you know, with FUBU is what I call flag. Okay, if you see right now, look at how we've pushed all the way, and now we're creating a flag. When you wave a flag, the flag, that is how the flag looks. So anytime you find a chart, in most cases, when you find a chart that is looking like this, it means the chart is bullish, only if we can break right above that level of resistance. Okay, so if we break above the top of the flag, then the trend of that particular flag then will bullish and the price continue to go higher. Overall, for me, I am really bullish on FUBU in the long run. I will tell you why. I know you cannot compare the fundamentals of FUBU to Roku. Okay, so FUBU is trading at 29.79 right now, with your support right around the $25-26 spot. That is where your support is. Okay, if we fail the 27.50, the next level is around the 26.25.59 area. That's going to be your support for a longer time. I'm not holding FUBU for a short time frame. I'm holding FUBU for a long time, because you know FUBU is also a streaming services servicing company. Take a look at Roku. Roku right now, Roku is trading at what, $346, but FUBU is trading at $29. So you know, I think in the long term, I think FUBU will trade much more higher. Look at Roku right now. We are actually breaking this trend right on Roku, and we have our support right here around the 339 area, 340. That is our support. So you know, if this price can break this 360 spot, I think we'll continue pushing higher on Roku. Overall, come this week, I will be looking for calls on Roku. I will post it on my stock tweet and on my Twitter. This is my Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter as well. You can follow me on stock Twitter as well. Let's get back to it. So FUBU, pretty much that is the number one for me. FTCH, this is another one. The reason why I like FCTH is because look at how we are trying to break this level. So this is pretty much our resistance, and our support is just right behind, like 2 points behind, which is 47.36. That is our support, right? So in my opinion, this is not a buy recommendation. It's just for entertainment purposes. So for me, I'll be looking for some call options on this particular trade. However, for you know, going for a long term as well, it's also a good thing with a profit target of $60. This area right here, overall it is bullish for me because I have support just right below it. Next one is going to be HOTH. This one is below our 200 moving average, which for me I don't like, because I like stocks that are above the 200 moving average or close to the 200 moving average for potential 200 moving average break. I'm looking for some form of a consolidation around here to try as much as we can to visit this 200. See how price broke through the 200 moving average and rejected it. I want price to break above the 200 moving average, holds around that 200 moving average, then we're talking, right? Next one is going to be Peloton. Peloton is another one that I'm closely monitoring, and because guess what happened? We broke through the trend resistance, right? And now our resistance is just going to be this 200 moving average. So keep an eye on it. If we can reclaim the 200 moving average, that's when institution will start coming in on this name. Overall, Peloton is a company that, you know, you just have to continue to monitor in case of safety concerns and all that. Getting in around here is still something to consider, because we are about to break out of resistance, and your immediate resistance is your 200 moving average, which, you know, picking up a 110 call or 115 call is also doable. The next one is going to be FCEL. FCEL, with all the renewable EVs and all those good stuff, you know, I'm thinking, you know, that FCEL try as much, this stock will try as much as, you know, it can to hold this area. This is going to be your area of support right now, right around this area. That is what is happening. 1, 2, and 3. So we've touched it 3 times, so which makes it a very solid area of support. So keep an eye on it. Right now we are working the 50 moving average right now, which is around that 1054. So we actually close above that resistance. So the next spot is the area of $12. That will be the next area for the price to get to on this name. Now let's get to the next one. Let's run, you know, you can pick whatever one you like within all the chart. That is the reason why I come up with this weekend watch list, to give you my opinion on different stocks and what I'm expecting this stock to do. On weekend watch list, what I look for is I don't day trade them, I hold them for a couple of days until I see that the trade is not working for me anymore. That is the reason why I come up with the weekend watch list. Let's get to the next one, APTX. APTX is really a good one because we just broke out of the 200 moving average, and right now we are above it. So because we are above it, I need price to consolidate around this area for a continuation higher, okay, on APTX. The next one is going to be gray. The reason why I'm calling this is because we are below the 200 moving average, which is understandable, but right now price is working its way above the 50 moving average. So overall for this is look for price to get to this resistance, which is 750. That is the area for your price right here, around here. This is your area, okay? This is your area for a continuation higher. This is more like a swing trade and not just a day trade. I like the fact that the past 2 days, Thursday and Friday, we have huge volume to break this barrier of the 50 EMA. Next one is going to be CMMB. I traded this one on this move. I decided to take some of my position out at the $27 spot after hours because it was getting too extended. It was extended. Let's take a look at it on the chart here. CMMB. Okay, I traded this after hours the other day. Okay, so you see how we got to the 31.75. Okay, I actually love the fact that this stock itself pushed towards that resistance, and I was expecting it to resist the $32 spot, which is a natural resistance, but guess what, 31.73 was the area. So I got out of first position around this $27 spot, which was my trend resistance, and then stock continued to push higher, and then I sold some at the $30 spot, but I didn't get executed until like $30.50 or so after hours. Now let's go and just take a look at the chart, right? See, look at that. The 200 moving average on the daily is around the 31.26, which makes sense for the price to actually reject that area. So, you know, some people say 200 moving average or the moving averages or exponential moving averages doesn't matter. You have to take a look at it on the daily and then trade it on your, you know, lower time frames. So right now, what I'm looking for on this right now, I'm already out of the trade on this one. I'm expecting price to consolidate around this area before I get in this trade again. Overall, I'm still bullish on CMMB. The next one is going to be OXBR. This one, the reason why I like this is because we closed right above $3. And $3 is our natural resistance, right? So being that we close above this $3, I'm expecting price to continue towards this next resistance of 375. This is for the long term as we hold this trend. So this trend is my trend, you know, of support. I need the price to support this area. If this price break this spot, then my stop loss is going to be the 20 moving average on this particular trade. Next one is going to be PGen. PGen was a momentum play. Okay, we held price. You see how price held around the 20, the 20, 50, and the 200. That is what I love to see in most cases. And once volume comes in, people start buying it, there's a potential for a breakthrough. Okay, so if you have bought this around here because you see that it's consolidating around this, you know, 20, 50, and 200, then that is a good thing. Plus, we broke trend. Okay, we broke the trend, pull back, retest this area. This pretty much got manipulated by the market makers, because so many people got out of the trade thinking, oh no, it's gonna break this level, not knowing that there's support right around this area and you have your support around the 200. You always want to wait for candle confirmation that yes, we are actually pushing lower and lower and lower, right? Guess what happened? Let me make it really good for you to understand. Okay, this is the price. The price pretty much is going around this area. Okay, and all of a sudden, guess what? Market maker did this. So many people will get out of their trade because they think, oh, price is going to keep going lower. Why don't you wait for the next candle that is going to come and see if we're going to continue going lower or if we're going to push higher? Okay, for me, I do not get out of a trade of this nature. Okay, look at what happened. All of a sudden, we pull back that Thursday, and on a Friday, guess what? Boom! The price went higher. This is what we call manipulation. Okay, in trading, this is manipulation. You have to wait for confirmation, being that your stop loss is at this 20 moving average, exponential moving average, which is around the $6.91. That is your stop loss. So you haven't gotten to that stop loss yet, and guess what? If, assuming you set your stop loss here, we didn't get hit on your stop loss because your entry was $7.25 and your stop loss is around the $7, so 25 cents. And guess what happened? We made this move, and this move is like 2 points, almost 2 points pretty much, right? So you have to trade based on what the chart is telling you, where your support is, where your resistance really is. That is how you trade. Okay, now let's get to the next one. Keep an eye on this one because we are really looking good on this particular stock. We got this right here. This is our trend, right? And where is your support, guys? Your support is right here around the $7 spot. That is your support, because right now we are flagging. If we can break this area right now, we should be all right. we are flagging right now. This is a very good stock to actually look at, okay? And this stock is SIEN. Keep an eye on this one. The only problem is the volume is less than 200, but keep an eye on it because something might happen. The next one, just change this N to B, and then you look at this. This is my trend, and look at how we're breaking out of this level. So for me, this is a swing trade for me in anticipation of another move. And two, you might think, okay, we already made, you see how all the time we pop, we fail? We pop and fail, pop and fail, pop and fail, right? Pop and fail, pop and fail. Guess what is gonna happen here? Pop and fail. This is where you look at the chart on a continuous basis and see if we can consolidate around this area. If we can consolidate around this area, we're good. If assuming you're that kind of person who look at chart every time, your entry will be right around here in anticipation of this kind of move, with your stop right around the $4.30, right? Now, let's get to the next one before I waste too much time, right? IMH. This one is a very choppy stock. We pop, fail, pop, fail, pop, fail. Look for price to hold around this area. This $2.20, $2.24. Next one is SIEN. This one is pop and fail, pop and fail, pop and fail. We are above the 200 moving average. Our support is around the 20, 50, and the 200 moving average, which is the $4 spot on this particular stock, right? This is your area of support. So an entry here, you want to make more money on this trade with your stop loss around 50 cents. So 50 cents area is your stop loss in anticipation of, you know, $1 or $2 on this name. Overall, I like this one for a swing because we're breaking the trend and our support is just right there. Volume is coming in. RSI is at 64%. Beauty. VISL. VISL is a good one. Reason why, we're breaking trend, okay, and this trend is holding so far. This is my trend support, guys. This is my trend support, and guess what? We have this support right here on the 20 and the 50 moving average, which is around the $2.65. So $2.65 is the support, and then your next support is $2.20. This price actually got supported at the $2 level a lot of times. If you see, we got support here, we got support here so many times for this move higher. I added to my position on this $2 spot, okay? And right now I'm just holding the price movement towards this area. So what happened here, we got to another semi-natural resistance of 325, rejected it, pulled back. Now the price need to hold the $3 spot. That is where our support is right now. If we fail this support, we'll move to the $2.65 area on VISL. Next one is going to be VXROT. Okay, this one is VASACT. Volume came in. If you look at this, we got huge amount of volume, 64% on RSI. And guess what I'm looking? I'm looking for price to really, you know, hold this $8 spot. If we pull back to the $8 spot, that is the area I'm going to pick some up on VXROT. I don't want to get into this trade right now because we're really extended. I'm looking for this kind of move on this name, right? I know, yes, we continued to push higher. We could do that here, but we'll be waiting for the $8 spot. If we fail the 850, it will come towards this $8 spot and act as a support, which is our natural support for the continuation higher. I do like it. HTBX. HTBX, we pop higher on this one. Okay, this was the push. Right now, wait for price to consolidate around the 200 moving average, and then you can consider picking some. It's not a recommendation. That's what I will do. IPDN. Okay, IPDN, this one I do like. This one I like the entry right here around this area. Guess what? Because we are above the support right now is the 20 and the 200 moving average. 175 spot, 179, that is our support. Okay, so you're gonna risk 20 cents to make something more on this name. Overall price target is like $3 and $3.50 on IPDN. Next one is going to be CMCM. CMCM price pushed higher and now pulling back towards the support. So we'll look for price to support this area, the 20 and 50 moving average, for continuation higher. Okay, if we fail this area, we're going to $2.22 next. It's a good one to pick up for swing. Next one is LMFA. This one, look at that. We have this trend right here, right? This is a trend, and we have this uptrend right here. We have our downtrend and we have our uptrend. Now price actually closed right above that area, which is 510. So 510, 515 is our support. So price is above it. This is a very good swing because right now we're basing right around this area. So LMFA is a good swing. Okay, the next one is going to be SIG. This one, wait for a pullback. Okay, wait for a pullback because we're breaking out of this area right now. This is our breakout spot. So I want to wait for price to retest the trend. The reason why I say, because this is known to always break out, pull back to retest. This is what happened. Look how we broke out of this channel. We broke out of this trend, this downtrend, price pull back to retest that trend. All right, we broke out of this trend, price pull back to retest that trend. We broke out of this little trend right here, price pull back to retest that trend, held the 50, push higher again. So I'm expecting the same thing on this one. I will not be getting in right now because we have a double top right here, which is a reversal. Okay, so now what I'm looking for a retest of this breakout spot, which is going to be the $63, $65 area to hold, and also is also our support. Okay, so that is for SIG. Next is going to be TLRY. TLRY, I've been calling this out for a long time. The reason is because if the weed or marijuana sector or industry begin to push, TLRY is going to push. There's so many things about TLRY that I cannot share right now because we're running out of time, right? So right now on TLRY, we're holding this trend. Okay, we're holding this trend, and our 20 moving average is crossing the 50 moving average. Also a bullish pattern for me as well. And overall, picking up TLRY around this area, you have your support around the $18.25, $18 spot as your moving average. Okay, in anticipation of this first target of 25 and then the next target of $30 if we don't get this kind of run up. Okay, that is for TLRY. The next one is going to be Palantir. Okay, PLTR. This one is a beauty because we are fighting this resistance right now. If price can really push on this name, we will be good. This is your resistance on Palantir. Your support is right here around $23. So you're risking $1.50 to potentially make this to the $30 spot. Okay, on Palantir, $29, $30 spot on Palantir. Let's look at the next one. Is Plug. Okay, Plug is a beauty because we have our support right here. We close right above the 200 moving average, which gives it this bullish chart pattern. So keep an eye on volume to come in. RSI is still good on Plug. I like it. It's like FCEL as well. Okay, next one is going to be Kappa. CAPA. They don't have it here. Now let's take a look at it on Finviz. The reason why I like Kappa is because we're above the 200 average volume that I do like. Right now we are above the 50 moving average, above the 20 moving average, so I'm expecting, you know, a continuation higher on this with my stop loss right below the $10 spot. Okay, that is for CAPA. Next one is going to be Tesla, which is going to be the last one here. Tesla, I'm looking for this trend visit. I want the price to pull to this area. You know, I want that price. I want the price to push to the 650 and 675 resistance spot. That's what I want this to do. We have our trend support right here. We are breaking right above the 200 moving average on Tesla, which is a bullish indication to me. Okay, we have our resistance right here at the 50 exponential moving average. Okay, my natural resistance is 650 on Palantir, but overall I like Tesla to just consolidate around here and just keep going and then break out. Okay, that is it, guys. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to click on the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. This is your boy Francis. Peace and love, guys. Bye bye.